Hi, I'm Todd Heitkamp, the owner of Dakota Angler here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and I'd like to welcome all of you to this week's edition of the 2-Minute Fishing Report. A little cooler and a little damp weather around the area didn't prohibit a lot of guys hitting the water this past week, and those that did had quite a bit of success around the area. It looks like the bug hatch up north has kind of decreased quite a bit, maybe coming to an end, so that's good news, but the bite really has picked up around the area, and that's even better news. Some of the lakes up in the northeast that produced walleyes this past week included Bitter, Waubay, and a lot of nicer fish coming out of Bitter, quite honestly, right now. Also Lynn, South Rush, Indian Springs, Antelope, Big Stone, and if you haven't heard about all the nice walleyes coming out of there, that's been going on for a couple of weeks now. Also, a few being caught at Clear, Dry Lake by Clark, and then also Reed, Roy, and then also Cochrane, a few being caught there. Down the southeastern part of the state, the lakes producing walleye include the same ones we've talked about in recent weeks. Dry Lake by Willow Lake, Ponset, Thompson, Henry, Sinai, 81 Ponds, Brush, a few being caught at Madison, Island, and Vermilion, and then also Twin Lakes. Again, if you're looking for fun and catching walleyes, the Twin Lakes is the place to go. And remember, it is basically a catch and release. You cannot keep a walleye unless it's 28 inches or larger. What are you guys doing to catch the walleyes? A lot of guys still using jigs and live bait, jigs and plastics, and a lot of swim baits being tossed right now. Also spinners. So some guys are trying to cover a little bit more water, pulling bottom bouncers with spinners and leeches, and then also crawlers. We're getting that time where the water temperature that starts to switch over from a minnow bite to a crawler bite. And then also some other guys are pulling crankbaits and having some success doing that. The crappie bite continues to take off, and before I talk about the crappie bite, the Missouri River, the walleye bite is again very good this past week from Chamberlain on down, and even up in Mulbridge, guys are catching quite a few fish up there. And then now on to the crappie bite. Again, it seems like the crappies are continuing to, basically bite around the area and cooperate with the fishermen around the area. Lakes that produced crappie this past week included Ponset, Thompson, Sinai, Scott Slough, Madison, Vermilion, also Beaver, and then also the Iowa Great Lakes continues to produce quite a few crappie down there. Now, what are guys doing to catch the crappie? Nothing too complicated, quite honestly. A bobber with a jig or a hook and a minnow underneath that. Shiny Hiney, Atomic Teaser from Berkeley has also been doing well. And then also the Northland Crappie Thumper King, if you're wanting to cast for crappies, have been also producing some nice fish as well. So keep that in mind this upcoming week. In this week's edition of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about introducing your family or people that haven't fished before to fishing. And now's the perfect time to do that. And the reason why? The crappie are biting. Folks, this is really an easy time to take some people out, fish from shore. You don't need a lot of tackle. All you need is a bobber and hook, a jig. And we got all kinds of crappie tackle behind me. As you can see, we can set you up with that. But the reason why I say it's a perfect time to do it, number one, the crappie are biting now. But also, if you're introducing them to fishing, you don't want to take them walleye fishing right now or any time throughout the year because that can be, rather tough on certain days. With the crappie right now, with the spawn taking place, it's a perfect time to allow those kids to have a lot of fun. And there's nothing like watching that bobber go down. So again, if you're looking to introduce your kids or other family members to fishing, take them out to some of the lakes that have been producing crappie. And if you don't know what lakes they are, stop on by the store or give us a call at 605-336-9132. Now it's time to take a look at a few photos that you sent in to me this past week. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, please send it to me. Send it to Todd at DakotaAngler.com or post it to our Facebook wall. And folks, before we end this week's report, I want to remind you that if you're looking for fishing tackle, there's no other place to look than right here at Dakota Angler. You're not going to find a wider selection of tackle for all your fishing needs any place around the tri-state area. So stop on by the store. If you can't make it to the store, feel free to give us a call at 605-336-9132 or check us out on the website at DakotaAngler.com. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report. For Dakota Angler, I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on! We'll see you next week. And again, thanks for watching, folks. I greatly appreciate it. Stay healthy and stay safe.